Okay.
Hey,
Hello.
good
Hey.
morning, fabulous Nancy and Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Blessing me with your presence on coffee morning.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
I already had 3 cups.
Yes,
Mine's hibiscus tea anyway, so I cheat.
3 cups. Yeah, I can't function without my coffee. I know you've ever seen that meme with the cat with the hair all up?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee now, please. I'm so used to it's probably the caffeine, but just to get motivated, probably that
Mm-hmm.
caffeine addiction in the morning.
Good
Pam
morning.
Morris, fourth cup already.
Good morning, Pam. Oh yes, 4th cup.
She's out beating you, Jeffrey.
How big are the cups?
Mm-hmm.
Well, every day I have two 16 ounces.
Okay.
That's
Hi, Linda. Hi,
my
Sherry.
cup of that.
Hi, Mimi. Hi, sweetie, darling Lulu. Love that. Kelly. Pamela.
Linda, Pamela, fabulous Teresa, and sweet darling, everyone. Heather, good morning.
Good morning, Indigo. Chrysalis. Libra lady.
Miss Sherry from the swamp. Dwight, Sharon Sipe, as usual. Katie, hey Katie. Oh, all those people is here. Love it.
Great.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, then Junosphere pops in.
Yep.
Okay. Candy Mullen. We were talking behind the doors a little bit about this. About it's more or less our commitment to spirit. You know, using our gifts wisely and use them in a loving way.
Mm-hmm.
And she was wondering, and I made the reference the other day. We were talking a little bit about Sylvia Brown. I read a lot of her books, and she was nationally known, and then she seemed to have problems. It could have been personal, whatever. I have no clue, but it certainly seemed like her gifts were being haltered from either greed, power, fame, whatever it may be, not being humble. But she was wondering about if someone you admired or always believed was truthful and all of a sudden it seems different, you don't resonate, are they faking it? Or just going through the motions to continue that? Like not maybe being honest that something's wrong, they're not really connecting as well, but just
Mm-hmm.
going by memory of different things just to stay the flow. And I believe can happen. If you're not in if you have darkness around you, even with family issues, worry, you're not in a space to connect to loving source if you're going through your own problems.
Right.
And I myself, if I feel off, I won't read. I'll cancel a private reading or I won't do a live or something because I'm not in that space where I feel comfortable connecting. If I'm worried about a family member maybe has COVID, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
freaking me out. Or I get in an argument or I had a bad day, whatever it is, I don't feel it's right to be reading if you're not in that loving space. And,
Well.
or also too, with greed, or being of ego. Oh, let's just say I'm not really one to tout myself. Oh yeah, I got that prediction right. Okay, I like it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud of it. I'm glad for spirit, but I don't need to tout myself. It's staying humble because it's a gift and you share. And you were saying earlier about energy exchange. If you want to talk about
Right.
that,
Yeah, I've always believed, and I've been reading for a long, long time. And when you're first learning and you're first understanding things, you want to share your gift with a lot of people, but the exchanges that you're learning by going through that experience with them. Okay. But as you get more and more skilled at it, I would have people come up to me and they say, oh, well, you should just do this because the universe gave you this gift. And that's not true. They want to get something from you, but not give you anything back. They don't want to share.
Right.
And and so at the bottom of the dowsing garden that I use to do vibrations and stuff, there are three questions. Do I have permission to douse? Am I aligned with my higher self?
Right.
And am I fully protected? So we have to do that I have to do that when I'm working. I don't know how other people work, but most readers I've talked to feel that way. And unless we value who we are, you can lose it. I mean, if you're not getting exchanges, and sometimes it's just support. I have some friends that I read because there are things going on around them, and I have a long-term view of their life, and that helps me understand what I do better. But there's an exchange there, in that they're letting me into their life and letting me know what's going on with them. So I think you have to understand there has to be an exchange, and sometimes there are readers who read for whatever you choose to give them. I choose to give people a price list so that they know what they're getting, and I know what we're doing. This sets us off at a better point. But it's kind of whatever your own spirit tells you. But I do believe you're pulling on an energy source you have around yourself, and it's not always money, but there has to be a positive exchange of energy somehow. I'm off my soapbox now, guys. You talk.
Yeah, I believe that too. It's like I have a friend that I've been helping for quite a while. He's been in my life for many, many years, and he's going through some things, and spirit's shutting down. When this person constantly wants attention or constantly wants reassurance, it's like you're not learning your lessons. You're not getting it, and this is not. So it's kind of like draining my energy.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, stop. You're not getting the point. Stop obsessing. She'll either come back or she won't. Or she is engaging, but she's not engaging the way you'd like. Go with the flow. You've had this relationship. It's coming back, but it's not the way you want. But it's like spirit shutting down in my mind. It's like enough is enough.
Right. We've said everything we have to say.
Right. I've said it. If you're not learning your lessons, they're not going to tell me a word.
That's right.
So that comes to a point of obsessiveness, and it's happened to me before with people. Long time ago, I had a reader friend. We were doing like a barter system. You help me, I help you. There's an exchange. But she became so obsessive and wasn't learning that this guy is just using her. When I told her from the get-go, but it's always like a but. But he'd call me, on Thursday. So where's the continual show of love? He's using you. And finally, spirit shut down. I'm like, I'm not getting anything. You haven't learned a thing. So there's that point too. It's like your gift of being nice for what you can give to someone goes to a certain point too.
Well, Jeffrey and I discussed this one time when I was reading at Open Tables, and so people could find me every week at the same place. But I would tell people, I always read, the first thing was, what's going on around you for the next 3 months, and then I could go to individual questions for them after that. But I was sincere about what's going on around you for the next 3 months, because if they showed up, I had a woman who tried to show up 3 weeks in a row because she thought I could tell her how to live her life, and that does not work. Yeah. So you just, and people think, well, you've got this gift, why aren't you using it this way? Well, because I'm not you. And I feel that's very wrong. That's when my spirit's telling me you don't have permission to go here. So
Yeah, you get those senses. Yeah, that's one thing. That was a tough one. It's a tough one to always tell the truth, but that's the way it's got to be.
and you tell the truth with what you see. It's not, I see things very differently as a woman of my age than other people do. Might see certain issues. When I heard Ivanka was found at the bottom of the stairs, that's what happened to my husband. He fell down the stairs, and the ambulance took him away, and he never came home again. It's very, stairs are very scary places as you get older, let me tell you. And since I've had a little bout with vertigo in the last year after I had COVID, that's very scary. And, I heard people saying, oh, did this happen? Did that happen? But I think the woman she's exactly my age, and she fell down the stairs. So let it go. Good morning to all. Oh, yes. The Crone Zone's up with Dr. Gale.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a bout with the stairs myself, but it was because I was tired and I missed the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe I came out of that okay.
Yeah,
It
it's scary.
was like 3 a.m. I was sleepy. I needed to go to the bathroom. And the old farmhouse, the bathroom's here, and you walk back, and then we have the 20, 30 steps downstairs, and then we have the hallway to the bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made my left turn to go back to the bedroom. It wasn't the bedroom.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, I flipped just perfectly and landed at the bottom. And my back was a little sore. I mean, everything, I landed on my shoulder somehow. I didn't hurt nothing. We have there was like a sliding accordion door to go upstairs. I kind of scraped myself on that, but it was amazing to be able to flip just right down 20 some steps and land perfect. But yeah, stairs aren't fun.
No.
I fell down numerous stairs by slipping, just go like skiing down the stairs. I've done that. But yeah, it's easy to get hurt on stairs, definitely. Any stair incidents for you, Jeffrey?
No,
Jeffrey
you're
avoids them.
I've been stuck in elevators though.
I remember in high school I'd fall upstairs.
I've done that too.
Because I just never would pick up my feet enough. So I'm going up the stairs in school. I get laughed at because I wouldn't lift my feet up enough. Do you know, a recurring nightmare for years about my brother and sister pushing me down the stairs? Oh no.
Ooh.
Let's hope it's just pushing in the right direction, not the stairs. Yeah, I heard that story. There's some coffee on the floor or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really want to read on that subject. My guys say it was an accident, and that's all I want to go with.
Yeah. I get the feeling, and someone said it in the chat, like she didn't want to see her children go to prison.
Yeah, I felt like
that was the initial feeling I got.
Yeah, I felt that too. She was stressed about it, mainly for her children, mama's children. There was like an anxiety there.
Yeah, that's what I got.
And I was sensing love for her grandchildren too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of love there for grandchildren, worried about their future.
I don't know if it's a good timing for her because she was supposedly really close to Don Jr. and this going to Don Jr.'s hanging on a string anyway. Just watch the guy, you know. This will be very difficult for him.
So, all right, stairs are dangerous.
Yeah, well, now we've read about falling downstairs.
Oh, good
I
Lord,
do.
Jerry. Look at all those stories we got from injuries now from stairs. Lordy.
Oh dear.
I know I'm going to watch stairs very, very carefully today.
Oh, I mean, all you have to do is see any of Junior's rants on his little whatever he posts on. The guy's a mess.
Been a long time.
He's been a mess for a long time. Okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, I was go with my instincts, but Catherine's got more emails.
I have a public service announcement.
See?
What's tech support have to say?
I have a public service announcement.
Oh,
Primaries are coming up again.
yeah.
July 19th, the primaries in Maryland. So get out there and vote. That's where you can have the most effort. So July 26th is North Carolina's having some important runoffs. August 2nd is the big day. It's Arizona, Kansas. In Ohio, it's for the state legislature. Yes. It's Michigan, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, and Washington. And then August 4th is Tennessee. August 9th is Connecticut, Minnesota, Vermont, and Wisconsin.
Coming up.
Yeah. And August 13th is Hawaii. August 16th is Alaska and Wyoming. And August 23rd is Florida. And then runoffs in Oklahoma. And New York has congressional primaries and state primaries. And the reason I'm reading those is primary season's hitting again. And there's a reason, trust me, that political people want to have them in an awkward time like this part of the summer where people are out running around doing other things. Because that disincentivizes you to get out and look. But if primaries are the time when you really get to see the most diversity in your political party, and you really just need to go look at the one in your state, and that's a whole lot of states. Texas has the first primary. We vote in March. So we have campaigning forever here. But for y'all, that's where your times are. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to remind you because that's the time to let your voice be heard. And the more people that show up in the primaries to vote in the primaries, the more chance you have of getting a decent selection of candidates to vote for. Don't show up in November and say, who let this person in here if you haven't even taken the chance to do that. So that's my public service announcement on primaries.
Gracias.
Yeah, some of that stuff it's just too long. It's annoying in a way.
Yeah, but it's only one day in each state, or twice if they have a limit.
Right. I mean, like if you have early primaries.
Oh, I know.
And it's even like the 2020 presidential. It was like a year and a half prior, and you hear all these ads, and I'm like, oh my god, it should start like January.
Mm-hmm.
Have 1 year of it.
Okay, is that our question? Will we be able to uncover emails?
Yeah. And you had advice from tech support.
Yeah, tech support says nothing is ever lost once it's in the ethers, and that tech support can find everything if they choose to. So, and the whole thing stinks to high heaven because usually they migrate your stuff to somewhere else and then they do. Anyway, I'm not going to go into all the technical crap I've got to listen to about this, but I'm just going to do will they be able to uncover them?
J6 J6 subpoenaed everything. Secret Service. God, you would think the cleanup has already happened.
Yeah, I think it already has. My cards say no, that they're not going to be able to get all that they want. They ripped it out and destroyed it and took it away from its original source.
So,
The only good card is somebody's not going to give up on it, but it's not within their power to find it. The sword's upside down. It's very unjust. And it's because they knew how bad the information was that was in it. I don't think they're going to be able to uncover all of them. I think they'll be able to get some of them back. But if you see differently, then we can just have Spirit has a debate about it.
I'm not getting any bad cards.
Well, good.
But I'm getting some. There may have to be some testifying about it. I have Ace of Cups and Victory, success.
Okay.
And then I have but they might be needing some testimony about it. And I have Recovery, King of Coins, and the Six of Coins here.
Okay.
Here's Recovery. I have no bad cards in this.
Okay, Jeffrey, you're the tiebreaker.
Okay, I'll show you the cards because I set up my little deskette.
Yes. Aw.
I keep on getting they're looking in the wrong place. That's what I keep on getting. Like, this takes time. They have to go somewhere else, look somewhere else. They're driving themselves crazy. I think that, they're blindfolded. And it's like they have a strategy, but they have to go somewhere else. They're looking in the wrong place. It's like you say to yourself, oh, I know it's in the kitchen. I know it's in the kitchen. But it's actually in the bedroom. And, it's like you tear apart the kitchen and it's like, it's in the bedroom. I keep on getting that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look so good. But judgment will come down anyway. They're looking in the wrong place. They have to look at a different place. Like, they're asking for this, but it's actually sort of like what you were saying. It's never lost, but they don't know where to look.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I personally, I find it amazing that you can't.
Yeah, isn't there a way to unlock phones?
Well, it's not that. It's.
I mean, before the cloud and everything like that, I lost everything on, years ago on my first computer when it crashed because there was no backup.
Right.
But now everything's digitally and up in the atmosphere. I can find anything.
Okay, you want to read about? I can tell you technically why wasn't it gathered the day after Biden was sworn in? They held Merrick Garland off for 3 months, guys. They knew what was going to happen, and then they tried to do the hearing, the J6, in the most traditional way, and they couldn't come to an agreement, so they just created a different way.
Right.
That's why, and all of that stalling was done on the other side because they wanted to have a chance to go play with the information.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is not like gathered. There's something to do with, it's kind of like an honor system, and then it goes to like the archives or whatever.
Yeah, it goes to the National Archive. Yeah.
So there it's got to be compiled. So it's not like, a new agency comes in and then you try to swoop up everything from the last. It's kind of like a standard protocol kind of feeling. So it's not like Biden administration came in right away and it's like, okay, let's find the crimes of the other guys. There was already enough stress of everything. Gathered. I mean, we already seen the news about the fight of getting documents from the archives without
Mm-hmm.
Biden's approval and all that. So, and then they found had problems. Oh, we're missing some stuff. You know, like somehow they supposedly deleted all the comms on that day.
Yeah.
You know, that were supposed to be. So this is copies from the cell and everything. I mean, if they were government issue, you know, that should be no problem. If it was their
Mm-hmm.
personal phone, that's a different story.
Mm.
So I think it'll all work itself out. You know, they've been subpoenaed. It's all good. Companies have phone records. Yep.
Yeah, I
Oh,
get a lot of hidden. I get hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get, because to me, I'm reading this today as hidden,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then like the first man comes in, look over here, not over here, look over here, not over here.
but that magician says it all. Someone with knowledge will get it and find it.
It can be a little strange sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Shyster. Says one thing, it says and means something else.
What about?
Hilda wants us to look at Christopher Wray.
Okay.
He's our FBI director working for the country, doing the right thing. Change subjects.
Okay.
I've never got any issues before when we read out him. See. Okay.
Well,
Weird.
my end card for him is that he's at the Two of Swords, where he's kind of fighting inside of himself, but he's also got people around him that are supporting him to get along. And in the past, he really knew what he was doing, but right now, he's having a little problem getting the messages straight. That's been going on around him, but I think he's pulling out of it because he shows up as the King of Pentacles. His problem is that working with the DOJ, there were so many people that either left the DOJ or the ones who were brought into the DOJ that shouldn't be there, that having a hard time getting the puzzle put together. This card to me is always, this guy's got all the answers, but he just doesn't have how to put them together.
Yeah.
How to make it work.
Yeah.
But he's working on it diligently, planning the things. He realizes that he's dealing with flawed agencies and flawed rules, but something's about to come in and it's really going to wake him up. This card, when I see this is, I'm not going to sit under the tree and contemplate anymore. I'm going to go. But and his out card is, when he knows what they can take action on, he'll move on it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just been a lot of infighting, and we have this and we have that. And because of the laws we have in Congress, their hands are tied behind their back as far as dealing with the domestic terrorists. So
I lost. All right, I put it back up.
okay.
I really hit someone. Someone asked what we're reading on. Pam.
Okay.
About Christopher Wray. Do you want to go, Jeffrey, or you waiting?
Yeah, it's going to be a process. You know, I get choices. I get him sitting and contemplating, right? And then I get like, he wants to offer this gift because things have changed and he's learned his lesson. But there's a lot of, not so easy to get up. There's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding, and then yet another choice. But I think his instinct is going to come through, and he's ready to offer the gift, but he has to go through transformation first. There's something that he has to let go of, maybe a disappointment, or maybe trying to cover up something. There's something he has to let go of in order for the whole thing to transform. There's something I don't know what it is, but there's something he has to let go of, either a way of thinking or an illusion that he was buying into, that he has to let go of in order to move forward. But eventually he does. But it's going to be a process. This is very much process, very much that, you stop and start. It's instinct. It's this, it's that. And it's like he has to put it together in his head, or put it together, or organize it somehow. But then I get, the one with the strategy who's ready to move forward. So it's going to happen, but it's going to be a while. There's a lot to put together. It's like a really complicated recipe or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's definitely a process.
Yeah, I mean, I have a very strange throw, and maybe difficult to understand, but ultimately, I believe he's, like the sword of truth guy. He's functional. He runs the agency the best he can. But in the past here, his overall energy I'm supposed to look at here is the whole agency was in chaos.
Yeah.
Ever since he was in there as director, it was chaos. With the 8 of Swords, and here's the agency with the Hierophant, the farm. Everything was chaos. He was strapped, worried about getting fired, keeping the integrity of the whole agency. So that's what, and then same thing too. I have the tower around the Hierophant, the agency, and severe loss, severe dysfunction. It's like the whole agency, when he was there in the Trump years there, was in failure. It was, protect yourself. What can I do? What can't I do? They always were getting, shut down, different investigations because of the AG and whatnot. So moving forward here, he's always for justice and the sword of truth. But unfortunately, in the past or whatever, he had to walk away from different things.
Oh, yeah.
So I have like I said, he's all for the sword of truth and for justice and balance in the system. So in the agency, he wants the best, but it's just trying to move forward the best way because it's been such chaos. So it's like, I've quit jobs like that where you just can't,
Yeah.
I've had to leave because it's such chaotic and the boss is a moron and always degrading and you can't get anything done without respect. It's just chaotic. So then I have the Page of Swords moving forward. Doing the right thing, preparing for the future, and everything. But next to that, I have transitioning and then the old crap card, which is kind of strange. So this is my ending, preparing for the future, but there's still problems. There's still darkness within the agency. Lack of continuity.
Yeah.
So it may be the same thing with like the Secret Service. They're finding out there's still trumpets there. They're finding out there's people that are not working for the good of the country.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of darkness being the leader of the FBI yet. But as far as him, I feel he's okay. With the valence, the justice, the courthouse, judgment, and the sword of truth. It's like managing, a chaos agency.
Right.
And then also you have all these agents working hard on the January 6th, getting those guys and investigating and talking and trying to round up drug dealers and pedophiles around the country, whatever. They're understaffed, probably. I guess the DOJ is still trying to get all the lawyers they want.
Well, yeah, they had so many problems because they had so many people that left, and because when Barr and those guys were in charge.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling of being in a maze. It's like he's in a maze.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you keep on going, and it's like, that one looks familiar. I don't know. Have I been down here before? I'm not sure. I keep on getting that.
You know, it's kind of like there's no continuity before. Everyone's
Yeah.
going to disagree, right?
Right.
But with this divisiveness that 45 created, and, you know, Bob Mueller ran it, you know, you never hear anything about the FBI having issues. You know, you find out people are so divided and protective or will do things. It's trouble.
Yeah.
But my soul says I have faith in him.
Okay. So
But it's chaotic.
It's a mess.
Okay. Linda Reeves, will it be revealed that 45 and Pootie had compromise on the GOP? Let's see.
I don't.
So, like, I guess revealed that the GOP had been bribed or threatened to do their bidding, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Evelyn, DeSantis needs to go. Need to see who wins that runoff between Chris and Nikki Fried.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll know more, but Chris seems to be running a pretty good campaign down there. Compromise on GOP, what's going to happen?
I'm going to try and adjust my camera because someone says I'm too far away. You get to see my big fat fist. Is that better? Am I better balanced in the screen?
You're good.
Can we change our outfits for every reading?
No, that's your trick.
That's what I really want to do. I want to change my outfit for every reading.
Yeah. I got that. We're going to find out more about this in October. And but people are going to know about it, but it's not going to be the grand revelation. It's not going to bring down the house like people think it would. I think because people are already aware.
Everybody already know, yeah.
That it's there. It's just like, when they finally, in Britain, when they finally got the report that tied the Russians to the Brexit vote, Boris Johnson got in and he hid it. And it's still hidden. That thing's never been published the way it was supposed to be. But I'm done.
I don't think it's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It may come out through subpoenas, indictments kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's say if one of the members gets indicted for this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in these documents, what I'm sensing is that there may be links to like fundraising or what they got money from and ties to Russia. So I'm technically not saying like like the FBI director come out and say, we have this, that, and,
Mm-hmm.
but there will be hints out there through arrests,
Mm-hmm.
and subpoenas. So I got my home card family, Duchess, which is like Empress, can be the Russia card, and then here's my documents and
Mm-hmm.
subpoenas and everything coming out to light. And then I get the sense with these three is like people getting locked up by the FBI director, and then there's news coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of feeling. So it all kind of ties to people getting arrested and the documents of why and what comes out in the indictments. There's kind of like revelations that they were laundering money, or there was money funneled through that can be tied back to Russia, to this person, that kind of feeling. And then, but I do have, in the end, victory in news. So it means it's put together and known. That kind of feeling too.
Yeah.
But it feels like most of it comes out and people piecing it together through indictment documents and prosecutions. What's your sense, Jeff?
Oh, I got a definite yes. Okay, here we go. They're, working really diligently at it.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It will be revealed, right? Here are the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
The government knows. The government's involved. But they have to look at it almost in a way with fresh eyes. And it's much deeper than we know. This could go back, I think this is going back before Trump. I think these seeds have been planted a long time ago. And it's like weeding a garden. It's like you thought you got it. Oh, actually that weed moved 20 feet away and it's over there. I think it's really much deeper than we actually even imagine. However, the Ace of Cups comes through, revelation.
Mm-hmm.
She comes through, right? So, she's going to reveal the whole thing too. And then we get judgment at the end.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. But I do think it's going to be my sense is that it's, how we like to have things like compartmentalized. And it's like, okay, well, I cleaned the kitchen and now the kitchen is clean. It's like, well, we're going to have to take out the cabinets, clean behind the walls,
Mm-hmm.
go look at the the water system. We're going to have to look under the flooring. It's like that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost like, you want to redo the kitchen, say, and then as you're doing it, you're realizing it's like, well, actually the walls have mold in them and we have to go underneath the floor and we have to look at the plumbing and we have to,
Mm-hmm.
it's much more involved than the windows, the whole thing.
Right.
The whole thing. It's like you have to rebuild the kitchen in a way.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I got. Because that's what the feeling I got with this one. It's like this has been planted a really, really long time. A really long time. Could be before, it's before the former. Way before.
Yeah, there was reports that when Mitt Romney ran for president in 2012, there was a lot of dark money behind him.
Yep.
NRA or otherwise. So yeah,
I mean, look, this is what the United States has done for years, so it's kind of part of our karma, right? We, uphold all these, terrorists and tyrants all over the world. We've been doing it since the end of the war, World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, this is how we want to believe like, oh, well, this is an independent country and they have this policy. It's like, it's so much more involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much more involved in that. In the Middle East, in Asia, in Africa, in Central America.
Craziness.
More complicated than we know.
Well, oh, yes. I take it that is forced to testify. The person has the same fingers typing that I type.
Yeah, it's like a tsetse fly. Maybe it's a tsetse fly. That's the informant. With you, don't worry.
Yep, that's right, Kelly. Mitt Romney got a 5-star from the NRA.
Lindsay be forced to testify.
Miss Lindsay thinks he can get out of a subpoena. How funny. We gotta remember though with this subpoena is for a special grand jury, so they're not indicting. But it's on testimony. They can indict him with a regular grand jury.
Right. Well,
That's what's silly. This is, I don't know. It's
okay. It's a yes. This is a yes, and the only no is that he's going to really do a faint on his fainting couch, I think. But at the end, it all comes true. It's people are going to be doing parties because they're going to get to finally hear what he has to say. And the outcome, it's going to be before October. So,
aw, Miss Lindsay.
yeah.
He's gonna have to go. I have the Empress, the Tower, and 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is him floating his way over there to go.
Mm-hmm.
Empress, I feel, is like Fannie Willis and the whole system there. Tower, he fails. He has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have him preparing with the Page of Swords. Preparing to go. What do I do? He's actually thinking about. Then I have the Moon next to preparing. So it's kind of like these, how can I spin this? I didn't do, to get out of trouble. Oh, then I have 8 of Swords. He's in trouble. He did it to himself.
That's true.
I really love this deck, but I wish it wasn't all black and white.
Yeah, that's actually, if you want a deck to sit and read by yourself that's close up, that deck is marvelous.
The Ship of Fools, I love this deck.
Book of Fools. The Book of Fools.
Ship of Fools, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get a definite also. Look, so I have her, and it's like he was living in some sort of illusion. Oh, I can do whatever I want, blah, blah, blah. And then I think he realizes, it's funny that this came up in the last reading, I shuffled like crazy. It's like, oh, I think I planted in the wrong garden. And then the truth that can't be unseen, and here comes the government, and here comes like the beginning of, and then boom, down, slice you down, law. Yeah, that was it.
He'll wear a little black dress and pearls. Oh,
right. And thinking that he's got it all under control, but actually there's a run in your stocking.
Aww.
We see the run in your stocking, and now we know it's a little bit like that.
Jesus, people, if you don't quit criming.
Yeah, it gets very confusing when we're sitting out here. Which day is it? What did they say?
Ugh. It's been revealed in readings. Epstein and Ghislaine reported to bosses. Simon Milgovich. He's on the FBI's most wanted list. Most Orglards wanted.
What do you think? I don't know how to say his.
Well,
Mogilovich.
Simeon Mogilovich, whatever. He's always been like considered the oligarch of oligarchs. Into every bad thing there can ever be, and basically runs Russia. Drug trafficking, everything, guns, everything. There's been stories I've seen that 45 got his bailout through him, through others. So I guess the question would be, is someone higher than Epstein and Ghislaine?
Ghislaine in there. Mm-hmm.
It's like Ghislaine protecting herself from someone higher than their little enterprise.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, it could have been Putin's
I'm
boss.
going to see if Epstein and Ghislaine were really reporting to overlords.
Yeah, that's kind of the sense I'm getting from that question.
I got no. I got a yes and a no. They were connected to them in ways, but what I got was it was their own bad judgment. I don't know if these cards are going to, I may have to go to another deck. There's their own bad judgment. And Ghislaine is just holding out. She's got some stuff she can still bargain with, but she's just hanging in there. And what that was two no's. This is a yes. That they were, and then the Six of Cups reversed is that's just the perverse little weird family thing that they created for them. But there is someone ultimately out there, so I think it's a yes and a no.
Yeah.
I think they used someone's money and the money went up to them, but that really, as far as the business and how it ran, they left them alone to just do it. And if they needed something, they could help them. But I didn't get that guy's. I mean, he's just a bad dude, so
Yeah.
I know a lot of the girls that came out and then disappeared later were out of Eastern Europe.
Yeah. So yeah, there's got to be connections all around, because you don't get, it could have been that other guy that supposedly suicided himself, John Luke. He was international.
Mm-hmm.
So there's movement everywhere. True, Connie Simeon was originally Ukrainian or whatever, but always been considered the oligarch's bosses. I gotta see what this is telling me. It's kind of weird here. I'm kind of on the same page that Epstein had his own gig, and then there's contacts all around the world.
Yeah.
Epstein made his contacts. Ghislaine had her own contacts through her dad, her socialite establishment. So there's contacts everywhere. But as far as like reporting to an oligarch or something, I'm getting no. He made his own way, but through connections, like you were saying, I do sense that. But what I've always sensed too is that later Epstein was an informant. I believe he was a CI. That's why he got his little deal back in 2008.
Oh, yeah.
For 13 months. Because I'm getting Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, and Justice over the top of an emperor.
Okay.
I think our secret government was controlling him in a way. Because I believe he was a CI with the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Cups is like he was allowed to do his business, trafficking with the Knight of Wands for justice in other ways. That's what I'm getting here. Emperor and then King of Cups over the top here. It's like he was allowed by higher authorities to do what he needed to do. On the bottom of the deck, I have hermit, so kind of in secret, kind of letting things play out. And when I see, I've gotten this a long time too. These two went down. The gig is up. So I believe there's more coming, more arrests, more shut down trafficking in the whole gig through those connections made of women coming here and there through. So we had this whole scenario is coming down.
What'd you get, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Something similar. I got like, there are so many people involved with this and none of them interact. But a lot, well, I also get like there's going to be a lot of information that sort of like died with him in a way. And excuse me, he was being held up. He was being held up by much more than one source. I don't think that this guy, Mogilovich, is the primary. I think there were so many. I think it was like a cartel.
Right.
And, I get, they were addicted to the money and addicted to the right. But, there's a lot more to uncover that we're going to have to look at with fresh eyes and look in new places. But there's really a lot of dark money, I mean, I don't know if the whole thing's ever going to be completely revealed. Well, maybe it will, but it's going to take some time. Yeah,
I mean, yeah. If you follow all these U.S. attorney all around the country, there's been a lot of sex traffickers, people found all around the country ever since Epstein and Ghislaine were arrested.
Yep.
There's been a lot. Ohio, all around the country. There's been a lot of busts for pedophilia and all this stuff. A lot more I've ever heard about. Yeah. So we have these U.S. attorneys all around the country. They have their own Twitter page and whatnot.
Yeah, in a certain way, it's almost like if somebody famous gets like a disease or something, all of a sudden, like the flashlight is on that disease. So like everyone's like, well, I have it too. I had it. My brother had it. My sister had it. My mother had it. It's you know what I mean? It's almost like the flashlight is on that. So all of a sudden, they're able to cover. Yeah.
I know. Can we climb away from these slimy people for a bit? We have find an uplifting Republican or something we can work at.
I know, right? I mean, our government does some secret stuff. It's even like Bolton the other day. He was on saying basically he did a coup for the sake of the country.
Very helpful. It's so helpful.
Yeah, I know.
So there's stuff we don't know about that they do. Did you hear the other day a drone took out an ISIS leader?
Oh, really?
Our military took out an ISIS leader. A drone strike kill in Iraq or Syria or something. I think it was like a week ago, something like that.
Thank you. Sharon Sipe has been very sweetly putting up all of the connections
Thank you.
to our channels and our websites and whatever we have.
It's hard to pay attention to the chat.
I know.
So everyone's talking about Ivana and whatnot. In my opinion, the lady's passed. Let her go in peace. Delight all that. That's so it doesn't matter if she was in dark magic or whatever. The lady's passed. It was an accident.
Yeah, I don't get the dark magic. I don't get that. I'm not feeling that. I'm gonna have some chocolate.
Go for it. All right, let's check on this quick. Is there any
Okay.
more? We have so much going on. And then you have an election coming up.
Mhm.
You can't even get Build Back Better to pass. You think we're going to get it?
Well, Manchin, what was it yesterday? He said absolutely not. He was going to do the environmental portion. You know, the country's burning up. I'm sitting in a state. It's going to be 105 here today. I mean, Texas has been hot in the past, but this is like, I think for the next 3 weeks, it's going to be over 100 degrees every day. And we're in the middle of a drought. And
Good Lord.
we could be able to do to, and I live in a state that, you know, I think the outages have started. They don't happen around where I am, but, and you know, when it's 106 and your power goes out and you're in Texas, you're kind of cooked. I mean, literally.
Like a death sentence.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if they can get a fall stimulus check through.
105 in Tucson. Ugh.
Mhm.
So I'm glad I live in Wisconsin. It basically, on an average year, will get over 100 maybe 3 days the whole year.
Yeah.
Every year you can count on it. But the humidity is bad at times, but it's rarely that bad. All right. Stimulus check with the energy. I'm getting a no. My guys are telling me no, not for the whole country.
No, that's what I got. It's not going to be.
It may be something to do with Social Security or some kind of raise there or for poor, something like that.
Let's see. I'm going to see
To
if.
help there, but I'm not getting another rollout of a stimulus check.
Okay.
That's what my guys are telling me.
I got to know too, but I'm going to ask about lifting student giving forgiveness on certain levels of student debt.
I hate to disagree, but I get like a definite yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Excuse me.
What'd you get, Jeff?
Look, I get victory. I get moving forward. I get options. I get
Mhm.
moving in the garden. I get, moving away from the past, moving forward. I mean, that's a definite yes. Yes. Another yes.
But are you? It depends on the question you're asking too. Did you ask for the whole country?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another rollout.
Yeah. It said stimulus check. That was what I didn't get into like, oh, is it for Vermont? Is it for Wyoming? I got into like, I think
Like I said, I was sensing something, but I don't really think it's the whole country. Like it's done before, like everyone gets a check in the mail or whatever.
Right. Well, didn't California give its people some sort of a check back because of energy? Yeah.
I think they did, yeah.
I just get yes and no, and it's.
There is talk about it, but
Mhm.
it's like I got Hangman.
Yeah.
The overall energy is Hangman, King of Wands. So like there's talk about it, some kind of creativity, Hangman, and then I have King of Cups, which would refer to like the Biden administration most likely. And then I have Four of Coins, holding on to your money. But then I have later in my throw, I do have the Chariot and Three of Coins. So it's kind of like gaining abilities, pushing forward, but it feels like for some. I just don't, my throw and my senses are like, you would think you would get the world card or something, it's like everyone's getting, here you go. Here's some more help.
Yeah.
Our economy's struggling. It's just like they're going to figure out different ways to, help the people.
Yeah, I just did. Was it going to be Social Security? Because they've been talking about raising that with a COLA adjustment. And I just laid that. I got a complete no. I mean, no, 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 no. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been no talk about that in our government. We can't get decent gun laws passed, or was it every Republican voted no on the bill for in the House
Yeah,
to have safe transportation across state lines for reproductive rights?
I know.
Every single one. I've seen on Twitter all these stories, horrifying stories. Women, already it's happening.
Mhm.
I think it was in Texas. I was reading about one here.
Oh no, the Texas legislature's got a whole bunch of really bizarre ideas.
Well, no, it's just this lady this lately. I'm just saying that she had bleeding.
Thank
Bless you,
you.
Abby. But she had like bleeding. She was bleeding for like 10 days or something, and the doctors were so afraid to try to save her life through an abortion because of the law. Because even though
When
she
you've
was,
been bleeding for 10 days, that's not an abortion. When you're bleeding for 10 days, that's a corrective measure to help your body not bleed to death.
well, they knew this was bad, according to what I was reading.
Yeah.
And there was a lady saying she lost like a pint of blood or
Mm-hmm.
more, a liter of blood. No, actually. So they were given transfusion, but the baby still had a heartbeat, so they couldn't do anything. They were afraid to do anything with the current law. And they said she had to be intubated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saved her life, and finally they were able to take care of it. But doctors were worried about getting sued. You know, what do you do?
I don't know.
Disobeying the law. And this is going to happen all around the country. It's just horrible.
That's the only reason we had Roe v. Wade, was because they were starting to go after the doctors. That's the case that pushed it up there, because that case came out of Dallas County. The Wade in that was Henry Wade, who was our DA forever. And what happened was the medical people finally said, no, we can't be restrained like this. We got to get past this. And that's how that law came. I mean, that's how that ruling came to be.
It's the same thing with that. You know, I'm sure that doctor that made the decision on that Ohio 10-year-old, she's probably getting death threats like crazy because of what the AG did there to her.
Well, not only that, but she and a bunch of lawyers are suing all the public officials that told lies about her and how she practices medicine. That's the only way you're going to stop these guys, is hit them. And they can't, what the guy said, that the paperwork hadn't been filed, it was an absolute lie. He'd never looked. And that goes beyond just, well, I'm expressing my opinion because I'm in this position in the government. And yeah, they're going after them that way.
This is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We need to vote like crazy.
Yes.
Put that love energy out there that everyone cast their vote for Democrats. Just remove this autocracy on people. Oh yeah. Supposedly Missouri wants to put a law in that a married one, you can't get a divorce if you're pregnant. That's what Missouri wants to do.
They want what?
You can't get a divorce if you're pregnant.
Oh, you can't do that in Texas. That's been the law for a long time.
Really?
Because and it's screwing the state up, because the theory is that they didn't want to leave the child that wasn't there yet abandoned. So, but the child had to be here. I had a friend who got caught in that. She found out she and her husband had separated. She found out she was pregnant, and she actually went to a support group full of women where they supported each other, that were all in the same boat. It's a really common thing here. And the theory is that the state wants to protect the rights of that child, but that child, this is in the law, the child doesn't have rights till it's born. And so that sort of screws up their whole thing about life starts at conception. So they have to go back and either change all those laws. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
That is nuts. There was something on Twitter that astounded me too about how much fundraising has been done for the former guy and DeSantis to be president or whatever, you know. Money people are giving them, and they literally tried killing their own people that they're supposed to protect with their false stuff of coronavirus. You know, and even the laws going on in Florida, it's what is it, like DeSantis has got 24 million or whatever the last few months, and supposedly Trump got 20 million. You know, people donating. My God, it's horrible. They don't care about anything. You know, when you're in government, you take an oath. Support and protect the people you serve. Neither of them done anything.
We know they don't. Do you want to read on Ron Johnson and his election? He's near and dear to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can. Let me get rid of this. Did someone say that, or?
Yes, somebody asked at.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah, we can flip to that one.
It was two up from where the Ghislaine question. Zach Ryder?
I probably missed it unless someone wants to comment about it quick. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've read on him before.
Okay.
But I sense he's gone, even though he's in my state. Yeah, I see ads all the time for him. And his ad is complete lies. Complete lies. And it's like, oh my God. All right. Future Ron Johnson in Wisconsin. November 20th.
Going. I got yes. I got 5 yeses and 1 no.
Oh, is he leaving? Is that the question?
Yeah, he's not going to win.
Is he going to win in November? He's a federal senator here in Wisconsin.
One of the ones that isn't he one of the people who asked for a pardon?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But he was
Russia.
He was heavily involved in not heavily, but he was involved in 1-6.
Okay.
His aides gave the Wisconsin state alternate electors.
Oh, that's right. He was trying to give Michigan's and Wisconsin's.
Something like that, yeah. There was conversations. So yeah, he was one of the 8 that went to Russia in 18, July 4th. He's a COVID denier.
Naturally, you know, it's sort of like it's like
always on Fox
people
News.
work for the police, and there's like a killer on the loose, and you know, it's like, well, what are their personality traits? It's like, of course, he's a COVID denier. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I got definitely a yes on. He's gone, and he's sort of sitting there. He doesn't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, sure, Ron. Okay. Huh. Well, my overall energy is the fool and justice.
Wow.
That would mean some justice is coming upon him.
Yep.
Of his what he's done in the past. I do have the Six of Cups in judgment upon him.
Mm-hmm.
So justice and judgment is coming upon him from things he's done in the past, like his karma's coming around.
Yeah.
And then I have a male. I have a King of Cups male preparing to win.
Mm-hmm.
Who's running on the Dem side?
There's the three top candidates are Alex Lazary, Sarah Golombowski, and the Lieutenant Governor. I can't remember his name right now. The Lieutenant Governor is a black man.
Oh, okay.
I think it's him. I think he's going to beat out Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Lazary, he's part of the guys that built the Milwaukee Bucks new stadium.
Oh, okay.
You know, and he's a Democrat and progressive. His family helped or built or funded part of the Milwaukee Bucks new basketball stadium.
Oh, cool.
Those are the top three. I wish I could remember his name. But for some reason, I feel he's going to beat Sarah. I think Sarah is in government too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cold Toes. Bless your hands.
I get the same thing. I get he's leaving. I get him stuck,
Mm-hmm.
right? Coming after him. The Ace of Swords cutting him down in his own house. In his own house.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the stupid seeds. Yeah, this card came up a lot today,
Yeah.
right?
Is that 7?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what I keep on getting almost all of them today, it's like you planted seeds in the wrong garden. And then I get a male coming, and he's going to be exposed for what he, for the darkness. And then at the end, I get him leaving. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's going to be a lot exposed about him. I think it's going to be exposed. It's the devil and the Ace of Swords. Yeah.
I forgot his name right now, but somehow he beat a long-time Democratic senator. Not Ron. What the heck was his name? Yeah. Just crazy he even won.
Yeah, maybe it's like what's that guy's name in Kentucky that always wins? That the vote there.
Mansion.
No, that's
the governor is yeah.
Rand Paul, right?
Rand Paul and McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Poor people.
Is the lieutenant governor's name Barnes?
Huh?
Yeah, Joe G. That's a lot of people. Mandela Barnes. That's who I sense is gonna be in my initial reading senses on the candidates. But yeah, Joe G put it up. There's Mandela Barnes, Treasurer Sarah Godlewski, and then Milwaukee Bucks exec Alex Lazary, Tom Nelson, and a bunch, but so that's a lot of votes to split up.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I can't imagine that many people want the job.
Well, a lot of people know Ron Johnson's got to go.
Yeah. I think when they see that the guy's in as much distress as he is, you can get people to run. That's been one of the problems is the Dems didn't run people for a lot of different times.
Sorry. Tried to turn it off and I turned it on.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Oh, since we're in that energy, might as well try again.
Okay, wanted to see if Charles Booker's...
I've said it before when I was reading on McConnell and McGrath. And people were asking, what about... when Charles Booker and Amy McGrath were going, who's going to win? And I was getting Amy, and people were asking, well, what about Charles Booker? What's his future? I was getting, he's going to beat Rand Paul in 2 years.
Mm.
So I already sensed he was going to beat him 3 years ago. So let's see what the energy is now. Charles Booker getting rid of Curly Rand Paul.
Oh, geez.
I'm going to throw 3 on each. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah. We might as well.
Okay.
Rancid Paul. Good one, Marie. Vote for Ian McGrath. There you go. Rand Paul.
Oh.
I get that Booker's people they're not getting out like they should, and Rand Paul has the fix in his state. So, is Rand Paul really going to win by popular vote? Is he going to be does it appear that he's reelected? Okay, let's see. Charles
It
Booker.
feels like Charles is waiting till it gets closer to bring out some news about Rand he might be holding on to in his campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have all these coins, these documents, or something strategic. So Page of Coins, Knight of Coins, and King of Wands. So it's kind of like he's got all these documents, something he's preparing and slow and steady. And then I have the King of Wands being strategic and all. So it's like drip, drip, drip. And then I have the moon coming up along with justice.
Wow.
So it's like the Justice Department might be preparing something on Rand Paul, like they have some kind of goods on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Booker with a 10 of cups and two of cups and 10 of cups in the end.
Mm-hmm.
That would be him winning his
Yeah.
seat, being in home, having that proposal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with Rand, I see some justice coming up on him that we don't know about. There's some preparing going on behind the scenes for justice on Mr. Rand. I always sensed he was doing something he wasn't supposed to behind the scenes.
Really?
It may have
Really?
been, yeah.
Say it again.
He was doing some bad stuff behind the scenes that the Justice Department knows about. It may have something to do with Ukraine, the whole affair there with the extortion, something.
Okay.
Dirty money. Because he's kind of like the slimy one behind the scenes in Kentucky. You never really hear about what he's done.
Because he doesn't do anything that's beneficial. Apparently, he fights with his neighbors occasionally.
All right. So, you want to see all the time? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead, my friend.
Okay. I'm going to see if it fits. I love my little new desk cat. I'm very happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is Booker, and this is Rand. Can you see everything? Sort of?
Yeah, you can see him.
Okay. Booker working hard with new ideas, but something, might stop in the middle. Then he has to rethink and make a choice, but he gets his wish. That's Booker. This is Rand. I'm not going to really look at the information. I'm like the maverick. I have plenty of money behind me. However, I think you're right. The dirty money is going to be exposed and bring him down, bring this whole tower down. I mean, this is quite the difference, right? To end on the wish card and to end on, So it looks like Booker is going to, it's going to be a battle, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to be a battle.
Yep.
Of course. It's not, it's not like California or New York blue, where it's an easier.
Isn't the governor of Kentucky a Democrat?
Yes.
Okay.
So if the voting system is all legal and fair, it is possible in these states to get Democrats in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on who goes out and votes and who stays home.
That's a good point, too. Too many people don't realize these state races matter as much as the federal.
Yeah, and the lower ballot races are important because that's where people learn how to run. You don't want someone that just wants to walk in and be the senator. I mean, if they really need to do governance somewhere before they show up for that.
I think I mentioned that before on another one where we talked about him, but there's a girl I follow on who's an investigator. She does her own reporting and whatnot, but she looked at McConnell's numbers in a Democratic county. They were way off. The county's never voted for McConnell before, but all of a sudden in 2020, there was more votes in that county over the Democratic people registered.
Right.
She looked at the averages for the primary for Rand Paul. All those numbers are back to the way they used to be. On the average of who voted Democrat, who voted Republican. So those averages and stats of percentages of history of voting were suddenly spiked in an opposite way in 2020, but now they're back to normal. So something's very fishy into Kentucky.
Yep.
So if the voting system is proper and they have paper ballots, Republicans are going to lose.
Yeah, because we've only had paper ballots for the last 2 elections. They made everybody in the state get the same system, but we did not have a way to track it, so it was all in the machine.
Right, yeah. And that was the same
when the Republicans took over completely.
Same thing in Kentucky. They had a lot of counties with those touchscreens.
Okay.
Should never be.
Yay.
Yes, Coastal.
Yeah, very interesting.
South Carolina had a lot of those. So did Mississippi. So did Maine. So did Iowa. Magically, all those Republican senators won in those states where they were favored to lose. Even, who was that? Your senator, Cornyn. He should have lost.
Oh, the one I actually saw it happen. When Beto ran against Cruz the first time, I had a friend who'd had back surgery and he couldn't go in the polling place. So they had it so you could bring I'm not sure who the manufacturer was, Marie, but they would bring out the machine and you could, just like the screen you'd see in the booth, they had portable ones they could bring out. And my friend went through and he voted everything. And then he's very, very detailed. And so he went back and looked, and his choice for senator had been changed to Cruz. So he changed it back to Beto and then ran the thing to audit to see what the ballot said, and it changed to Cruz again. I was sitting next to him in the car. The poll worker was on the other side of the window. I said, take this box back. And I showed my friend, because I used to run polls, I showed my friend how to wipe that ballot so it wouldn't be registered. I said, take that back and bring us out a ballot that we can see when you vote for Beto, you get Beto. because the margin had been close to 20% for Republicans in statewide races, and Beto came within 2 of beating him. So, that's the last election I remember where there was no paper ballot. Now what happens is when you vote, it spits out a paper ballot, and then you take that and put it in the ballot box.
Yeah.
So there is a paper trail.
Talking about those are the only touchscreen systems I've found, is those ES&S companies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking even that woman from Mississippi, she shouldn't have won either. Cindy Hyde Smith.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have won either. I mean, all those people against those were better candidates, better people.
Mm-hmm.
It made no sense.
Okay.
So anywho, I think everything's going to be better with the system. It's just a matter of getting there.
Mm-hmm.
With all these, like Wisconsin State Supreme Court said mail drop boxes are illegal. You have to go to your polling station.
Mm-hmm.
So are they supposed to remove the mailboxes in certain areas too?
No, that's what Louis did, but okay.
Nuts.
Hackers had control of voting apparatus.
What do you want to look at?
You just put it up. Putin's hackers had control of voting
Oh,
apparatus.
this was just a comment.
Okay.
We already know that.
Yeah.
There was hackers.
I'll be right back. Think of a really good question.
But I mean, it's been proven through reporting that, in the Senate intel and everything, that the Russian hackers got into RNC, DNC through phishing emails, and they did the same thing to polling places or counties.
Right.
Those hackers, whatever, got into the system through phishing emails, and they, installed malware without them knowing. Keith, I was the one that found the code on those machines that flip votes. No kidding. How did you do that? I think Keith said long ago there was officials going into counties in Kentucky investigating something secretly.
Mm-hmm.
One of my best friends in Kentucky, when she speaks, I understand. No, just funny talk. All right, let's see. Liz asked something here. I don't know this guy. There's new reporting about this lawyer, Olson. I don't remember the guy's name, but it must be him. I just seen some reporting about some new lawyer in the mix.
Okay.
That brought some info into 45 about how to change the election. And we'll hear about Eastman and all these other guys. There's a new guy in the loop. What do we see for Olson? Is he a low fruit, gonna flip? Or is he gonna find prison time too? No, Florida. We don't want Florida in trouble.
Okay. William Olson.
Yeah, this is a new lawyer. This information just came out lately about it. He was trying to help with this whole January 6th constitutional thing. William Olson.
I got that. Yes, he was involved somehow. He helped Eastman come up with this crazy plan.
Excuse me, it's the truth.
And he lies. He was a liar. And he got away from it, though, because he realized it was not going the way he wanted it to. He this is a yes for did he do this, and this is that's the one where people end up out usually in a traditional deck. That's the folks that are standing in the snow outside the church, and but it's all going to come to light what he did. So
I wonder if he was linked to Ginny Thomas here.
okay.
I have female energy around him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna flip. He didn't. I don't see him as a major player, but he thought he was doing the right thing, kind of thing, and now he regrets it. So I have overall energy. I'm looking at here is 8 of Swords and a 10 of Wands. So that's all about I did this to myself. I messed up. I am burdened by this. So there's some kind of partnership coming in and lovers. So it's like so the 2 of Cups and lovers surrounded by the 8 of Swords. So it's like he had some kind of partnership with someone and information, and I have below that with a Queen of Wands energy. So it's like he was doing the right thing. He thought he was doing the right thing, but he realized later this is wrong. So I kind of sense him flipping and doing the right thing. And it's like he got mixed up where he shouldn't have. So I have investigations and death. Like King of Swords would be like maybe the DOJ kind of feeling. And then death is like, here you go. I'm changing my situation. I'm flipping. And then in the end, I have the 4 of Wands, United, Emperor, and Empress. That's all feeling like I'm giving up the goods and everything I know. So it's like showing what's coming out here. It feels like he's burdened by what he did. It was an oops. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I realized it's wrong. So I see him saving his soul. But it feels like he might be connected to Jenny or some female within the loop.
Okay.
And as we were finding out, Jenny was reaching out to a lot of people.
These people thinking.
He came out of the Georgia Republican Party.
Oh, maybe Georgia Republic. Maybe
Yeah, and it's
maybe that queen is Fani Willis.
well, remember Trump was down raging around Georgia trying to stop Warnock from being.
Heck, maybe the queen's Lindsay.
What's Lindsay doing over in Georgia? He's got enough problems in his own state.
I know, right?
Yeah, that whole part of the story doesn't make any sense, does it?
Same as Ted Cruz.
You would think that, he's been in politics for so long. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to manipulate. So why are you getting involved in another state?
And he's a lawyer. He knows the law.
Yeah.
It just
Compromise.
doesn't make sense there. It just doesn't make sense. All right. So this other one.
This guy, William Olson.
Yeah. Okay. I get him being hit over the head. This is my 2x4 card sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I get him having to walk away from something that was important to him. He was protected. There was money involved. There's a lot of chaos coming up. He's got to give it up because he's surrounded, and he was addicted to something really toxic. And actually, believe it or not, might be international.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Oh, and his luck is going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either flip or go down. Oh, these people. Oh, good times. Yeah, I want to put this one to bed. Let's see.
What do we do?
Let's see what the energy is again about our DOJ. it's such disheartening information out there because everyone's bashing the DOJ. You know, putting out those memes. Oh, it's been 84 years and I haven't seen an indictment yet. Da, da, da.
Okay.
What's our DOJ actually doing? Are they investigating the former guy and everyone else besides?
Okay.
Or are we only going to see oath keepers get busted? There is information out there. They have subpoenaed Eastman and Clark. They got their intel, their emails.
Mm-hmm.
They have been raided. You know, Clark and Eastman, they got all their phones.
All right. So how are we forming the question?
Is the DOJ gonna go after
everybody?
The Trump administration, everyone that did criminal activity.
Okay.
You know, we're talking, you know, Rudy, Stone, 45, Meadows, everyone.
I got a yes.
Everyone's
I got a
so
yes.
worried. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've got a yes. The first card's a no. But they tried everything they could to hide it and to not get caught. And they threw up a lot of illusion and delusion. But what's finally happening now is the families all getting together and saying, we're not putting up with this. They can't hide it anymore. This is them going after them. This is them using the information effectively. So I think they're going after all of them. That's what I asked. I said, is the DOJ investing everything from the top down?
I got the same thing. Garland and the DOJ has been hiding the fact that they've been investigating anything the best they can, keep it secret.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So I got the 7 of coins. Here's Jeff's 7 of coins.
Mm-hmm.
Working on and collecting all the evidence that it's needed. And then I have the 8 of cups and death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk away from being hidden. The death is the ending of a situation,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of a new. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're walking away from what they've been doing and hiding, coming into a new cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Cups, King of Coins, and Stars. Everything is going to start flowing in a positive direction. The Stars, King of Cups, or Knight of Cups. That's loving, creative energy coming in, offers of love, offers of goodness. King of Coins could be 45.
Yeah.
But the stars, everything is aligning right now the way it's supposed to be with the DOJ. Bottom of deck, I have King of Cups. This administration, all the goodness. And then I have the ending, the Fool, 4 of Coins, Page of Wands, and 7 of Cups. Messages are coming out from other investigations. Taking a leap of faith here. I think that 4 of coins here is the January 6th commission. I believe all that messaging from the January 6th commission helped immensely. I've always believed they were working in conjunction. But the illusion's over. The message is there. They're going to take the leap of faith and finally start indicting with that.
Mm-hmm.
That Page of Wands is sensing is that getting that information out to the public with those hearings has helped immensely. And I think they were working in conjunction. So what do you say, Jeff? That's what I got.
Yeah, well, I mean, I begin with the gift. Well,
I just got to show this quick. Sorry.
No, I begin, and then I have them feeling like, well, we've got to move. We've got it because we're kind of surrounded. We have to move, and we're going to reveal everything. But it's going to be piecemeal. It's not all going to come out in one day. It's like, here's some, here's some more, and then yes, we're going to sacrifice what we like offer, because this is a self-sacrifice. It's like, we're going to give you a little here, we're going to give you a little here, because there's so much. And this is DOJ being defensive, because everyone's like, we want everything now, and then I think that there's more that they have to investigate that they're not quite seeing, deeper and deeper and deeper, right? And then I think what has to happen, this is what's really going on. This is what I just got. To be a change of allegiance. I think the DOJ is still infiltrated by people who don't want the best for the country, and then there has to be a change of allegiance. That's what's going on. It's still in that process. But eventually, it's going to all be revealed toward our security and stability. But it's a long, slow process, and there's still, not only are there a lot of investigations going around, but there's an internal investigation in a really big way that is very mumbo. That's what this is. This is.
The Trump administration was an international crime scene.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. You hit it right on the nose. Right on the nose.
I totally sense what justice is here is bigger than we will ever know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had people in our government siding with Russia, going to Russia, getting deals from Russia. Rudy, Lev Parnas, and all that stuff with that, intimidating Marina Yovanovitch, threatening her life. All this. We don't know the half of it. What Jared and Flynn and all those other guys actually did, taking money from foreign countries. Supposed peace deals that Jared did with Israel. He was probably just taking backside money,
Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to show quick, because when I was putting my cards away, underneath the Biden administration here with King of Cups, I got the people getting locked up in justice. Underneath that, I just had to show that, because I'm like, Eight of Swords and Justice, both are people getting locked up coming.
It's interesting. The Justice card, it's going to be the card for Tarot Tuesdays this week. And I have this whole new understanding of the Justice card. The Justice card for me is like it's a karma that we don't understand. Everything is put into balance. I might not have gotten my way, but like it's like a let go card, because it's in higher hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's in higher hand. For me, the Justice card is divine justice. I might not understand how it's going. Sort of like, well, I really wanted that job, right? And I didn't get the job, and I don't think it's fair. And then someone else gets the job, and then you 6 months later or a year later, you realize that person is doing all the work and not getting paid. Or the Justice card is so odd. It's such an odd. It's like a justice that we don't necessarily understand, but everything is put back into balance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get from that card. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but
all right.
No.
It depends how you sense it. It can mean justice moving forward with the law, or it can mean balance in your life also, bringing things back in balance. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
It brings balance back to the system.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freebird Spirit. She gave us some money.
Thank
Bless you, Debbie. Such a sweetheart. Check her channel out if she's going to be on it at 11:11.
I don't know. She was when she was writing this stuff, she said she was lying in bed having coffee. So
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. That was very sweet.
And
Poetic.
somebody asked directly to me. She said, "Is Mitt Romney going to change when McConnell's no longer the speaker?" And it goes, no, because he's an entitled little twit, and he's going to continue to be an entitled little twit. So
That's a good call.
So what card is the entitled little twit, Nancy?
It's probably the moon.
Oh,
I don't even remember what. All I know is
Entitled
what I
little
got
twit.
was he had the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, and so he's got his money, and he doesn't give a crap about anyone else. Excuse my language.
It's got to be one of
And-
those swords. Maybe Knight of Swords. Be a entitled little twit.
Yeah, the Knight of Swords upside down definitely would be an entitled little twit.
yeah.
I could get out my my housewife's tarot, and that guy looks like Fonzie. My favorite moon card though I had a deck of hillbilly cards. I would never read them because they had Confederate flags in them. It was a gift someone gave me. But the moon in that deck is the outhouse, because it has that little crescent moon on the door. But really, the outhouse is a perfect explanation of the moon. It's where you put all that stuff you don't want to look at. You take it off somewhere where it's not connected to you anymore.
Connie's saying, "Oh my God, Doug Ducey's thinking about running for president."
Ooh.
Oh,
People are this dumb. I don't know. My guides say you don't have to worry about a Republican challenger that's going to be anything until maybe 2032.
mm-hmm. And there's going to be.
Because we're still going to get our Democratic first president female before we'll get a Republican winning again.
But if you want to see that miracle happen, you have to go out and we have to continue to not hold the House, but get more people in the House. And we've got a lot of chances to pick up senators this time. So,
Oh, big time.
But that's the truth in general anyway. If you want a miracle to happen in your life, you have to participate.
that's
You can't
right.
just sit around, It's like, oh, I'm going to win the lottery, but I didn't buy a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
I always say that too. If someone doesn't get in it or whatever, I'm like, you have to participate in life.
Yeah.
I can tell you the energy, what's going on, and the focus of the future, but if you sit at home on the couch, you're not going to find the person of your dreams if you're not engaging in life.
Yeah.
You got to do your own work. Oh, you'll get this job in 3 months, but I haven't been looking.
Right.
You have to engage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moving for something.
Doug Ducey's a twit. I love it. All right. See if we can get any timing in the cards.
All right. And
When's
then
the DOJ going to start moving?
I'm
Okay.
doing a little
How about is it going to be before the November elections?
What I've seen, I'm going to read, are the indictments going to start to fall in September?
Okay.
Are they going to, so if we start
So
there.
that's 60 days prior.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Standard rule of 60 days prior to election.
Mhm.
Let's go September. Okay.
Okay, so we're all done in September?
Are the indictments going to start rolling out in September?
Or maybe that 7 of Pentacles will pop up again and it'll drip from here to there to there to there.
Yeah. Mhm.
It could be that 7 of Pentacles. Drip, indictment. Later, drip, indictment. Drip, indictment. Uh-oh, home phone ringing.
Not mine. I don't have one of those.
That's mine.
I like it.
Okay. DOJ. When are you going to start moving with the big dogs? I'm thinking the 45 inner circle.
Yes.
That's my focus. 45 inner circle indictments.
Oh,
Oh, please see that take her seat.
interesting.
Mhm.
10.
I got 2 knights. I got the Knight of Pentacles that they've been holding up. They're still waiting for another some more information that they need. They have people out in the field getting it right now. And the problem for them is sorting out the liars and the cheats. But they are going to come in September and start indicting.
There is universal energy to get rid of this devil, this cancer in our society. So let's see if that holds true. But I have the Chariot next to my 9-10 of coins. So September, October, I guess.
Yep.
It feels like up in the air. I have decisions, patience. What do I do? The loss and oh crap.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I got the oh crap and the loss of everything of the 4 or 5 of cups, decisions next coming in. But have no fear. I have the FBI dropping indictments. Wheel of Fortune, Victory, Knight of Swords is my FBI card. CIA, everything coming in. Victory and Wheel of Fortune, things changing. So timing, who knows? They're not really telling me, but it's going to be happening soon.
Okay. It's so hard because I read them to myself and then I have to switch it around. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Give me a second. They're paying attention to all the details. They're not going to move until they're ready to move. And then I get 2 8s. So 8s could be August. So
let's go with that too.
It's going to go in a new direction, right? But then, they have some. It's almost like everybody wants their investigation to be the one that sticks out, right? They're almost like it. And then it comes out rather quickly, I think toward the end of August. And then I get a 9, so that's September. It's like, well, we're stuck. It's like we got to move now because this is, to me, this is the one who always decides. It's like, I've seen everything in slow motion. Should I stay or should I go? Right, that 9.
I know.
Then I get it being over, and this could be October. It changes the fortunes of a lot of people. And then I get 2, at the end, I mixed up my cards. I get 2 queens. So to me, she's the queen. Whoops, this one's the queen of timing, and this is the queen of intuition. So it's like, it's almost like they're going to know exactly the moment to drop the bomb.
Right.
Right? And then I get victory.
Good.
I had that victory too. And I had all that energy too.
Right. And
when I really believe when they're ready, it doesn't going to matter. They're just going to drop them, whether it's 2 days before the election or not.
Right.
I don't.
Well, I saw that the first indictments are going to start rolling out. I used my pendulum and my timing thing, and I said, "How many weeks? How many weeks?" And it said 4. That the first.
That's August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I got 2 8s.
8-8. Let's roll with that.
8-8 Lionsgate. It's coming up
Right.
again.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And then I got 1-9. I got 1-10. So
Vonnie and Tish. I don't know. I love that there's action moving with everything. Georgia, but that isn't going to be completed till probably February next year. Because they got to, they do things with that special. They just get the information, and then you take everything to another grand jury, then you indict, and then you investigate, and it's going to take a while. And Tish James in New York, that's a civil case. She can just ruin her business. There's been no reporting that she's turned it into criminal. I really believe they're all kind of coordinating, and the DOJ, our federal, is going to actually do it. They're going to start arresting people.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a party, and then somebody brings string beans, and somebody brings potato salad, and somebody does the meat, somebody brings the dessert, and everyone comes all together, and it's like, okay, now let's eat.
So you also got to remember, this case is a lot bigger than Watergate.
Oh,
Mhm.
A lot bigger.
way bigger.
And it took 18 months
Thank you.
in Watergate, right? Plus, our AG got delayed,
Mhm.
and other commitments and appointments. And we had to deal with coronavirus. And we had to deal with an insurrection, because there's other stuff they're investigating too.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine everything they're going through.
Mm-mm.
Craziness.
Well, now's the time. Everybody's gearing up. If you want to make the difference and be there for the change, you have to go in and work. And a lot of I have my youngest is 31, and so I spent a lot of time talking to him, his friends, and he's very, very, very politically involved in his own way, and he's now built kind of a following of people who say, "Oh, you've done this, you've worked on campaigns," and really, if you just can get out and go help anyone that's running, that's in your area, that can be so helpful, because I can tell you from running campaigns, you never have enough hands. The only time I had more people almost than work to do was when Obama ran. But that was just a tsunami of volunteers. And people I know that got into volunteering then are now volunteering to this day. So get out there and get involved in a campaign, or go to an event or stuff when it gets cool enough. Yeah, well, here, huh? People are still meeting in droves to see Beto in this heat.
Ugh. So you need a little battery pack fan on your head,
Yeah.
and a ice spritzer bottle, and bring a towel like you're going swimming. Ugh, I couldn't imagine.
No.
Or even, and then another hat that has the big shade over it, umbrella shade,
Yeah.
just to stay cool.
Yep.
Not
So
whatever you can do.
we got a lot of questions about in the thing about specific states, like maybe we ought to draw up a list for next week and start going
That's a
through
good idea.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
We already got 2 hours.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours, guys, and I'm fading fast. I need to go get some food.
And I'm going to a little art opening.
Oh, nice. Get your artistic groove on.
Yeah, this guy that he was my host here in Mexico many years ago, and he buys and sells art and antiques and furniture and all sorts of stuff. So it's like one of those kind of things. You find some incredible stuff here. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bet.
So,
Bring an oracle card out. Bring an oracle card out for everyone.
Sure.
Yes, Connie. Once I'm settled here, come and visit.
All right. Out of my oracle deck, I always grab top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I have the divine feminine has your back.
Mm-hmm.
You stay in unconditional love, that increases your intuition.
Aha.
Always stay in unconditional love. You can be more intuitive. Makes a lot of sense with our first conversation, right?
It's the truth.
Right. Okay. See what I find in your deck.
Get her done, Nancy.
Had to pull it out from beside my desk.
Yeah, when you have decks everywhere, you got to put them somewhere. In the desk, under the desk.
I know. Okay, the first card I pulled is the reflection of your soul. Is the art of forgiving. Isn't that pretty? And then the other one is what we're about to do for people. Technology is great, but take time for yourself. So we're about to let people get off the technology.
Yeah. Go see an art. What'd you say? Go see an art
Yeah,
fair.
Jeffrey's going to go see real world stuff.
And I live near a very big park here. I think it's the largest urban park in the world. It's called Bosque de Chapultepec, and it's just endless. It's incredible. All right. So what I get is I get the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is the one who has knowledge of security and stability. And then I get the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords to me is mind your own business.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's like, I'm going to mind my own thoughts and take my own thoughts and, run with that and be with that and not be in everyone else's, this one thinks, that one thing, all this information. So I think that's really what it's at. It's like, that's how you're going to, find the stability and the security is by minding one's own thoughts in one's own head. And that can lead you toward things that are more satisfying, right? Because that's what he's doing. He's leaving. It's not. This was satisfying, but now he needs something more. So, minding one's own thoughts and following one's own lead can lead you to something that's satisfying for you. That's what I get.
Okay.
Yay.
Everybody have a good day. Disconnect from the technology. Enjoy yourself.
But before you disconnect, make sure you go to your favorite readers and hit like, watch the commercial quick, send love and light, and then go out.
Yes, then go.
Hit like.
Exactly.
Bless you all. Have a beautiful day. Stay cool.